Hey guys, Vivacity here, and welcome back to the first part of the Sims 4 Runaway Legacy Challenge. Now, you guys have seen the Runaway Legacy videos before this one, the pilot and also the makeover, where we give Karina her new runaway look. You might be a little confused at the moment because I did go ahead and change her everyday outfits a little bit, just because after I did the makeover video, which I recorded right after the pilot, I kind of spent some time away from this and really was focusing on the rules and thinking up some different scenarios for things that I could do. And when I loaded the game back up today, which it's been a few days since then, I really just wanted to change her up a little bit more. I am kind of obsessed with constantly changing up my Sims. And I just thought that this outfit kind of suited her a bit more. She has the hiking boots on, so it's a bit more ready for the outdoors, and she also has this custom content jacket around her waist, which I thought looked pretty good. And then for her second everyday outfit, she is wearing this, which is also a little bit different. And in case you guys were watching the makeover video and you were a little bit confused because I was not able to voice it over, I did explain in the description that the reason that her everyday and her sleepwear are the same is because I don't want her to change into pajamas when she sleeps. I want it to be kind of like, oh girl, get off your phone. But I want it to be kind of like she's just got these, these two outfits with her at all times because she's a runaway and all she really has is the clothes on her back. And the reason that we have that second outfit that's all black and obviously very suspicious looking is because I do want her, after she has enough to kind of survive on her own, I want her to get into kind of some criminal things because she is a mean sim and she does have the aspiration to be a public enemy. So we will be probably going into that career once she is a young adult. I'm not 100% on that, but I do want to try and do some more criminal aspects for her. And unfortunately, a lot of the things that you can do in The Sims 4 that are involved with that, you can't actually do unless they're unlocked by being in the criminal career. Like you can't pickpocket someone unless you're in the career and you unlock it, that sort of stuff. And you can't, unfortunately, like The Sims 3, you can't be a klepto and go and steal things, which I think would be super awesome for this challenge. But we're just going to have to start out by scavenging for items and collectibles and gardening. So that's pretty much how we're going to raise our money. And I did get a comment in the last part that I replied to, but I just want to reiterate here in this video that we cannot start with any objects at all. So the comment was asking if we could have a tent or a campfire or something to start off with. And you can in fact buy those things. However, you have to first raise the money to get them. And that does sound a little bit worrisome, but getting money from collectibles actually goes pretty quickly in order to be able to afford the simple things like the tent and a little fire that you can grill things on and stuff like that. And this is the lot that we are in. As you can see, it is actually still on the island. So she hasn't run too far away yet. She's pretty much just gone across the island. This is where her parents' house is, and she is at this lot right here. It's kind of hard to see exactly where the boundaries of her lot is, or the boundaries of the lot are, because I've added some trees to the lot. So I actually did get, I got this off the gallery, and then I kind of changed it around a little bit. I made sure there were absolutely no plants that we could harvest and stuff in there. I don't think I saved it, but if you search for Runaway or Runaway Challenge, this comes up as one of the first most popular ones, and it's literally just some trees. I probably could have done this myself, but I wasn't really feeling like it, so I just got it from the gallery. And the only thing here that I added that is technically against the rules but adds to the realism of it is this backpack right here. And I did cheat to get her the money to buy it, and then I cheated it back down to 0. And it's not an object that she can interact with. It's not one she can actually use. But to me, it just kind of helps signify, this is where we're staying. This is where our home is for now. And it's kind of this is where she keeps the rest of her clothes, even though, there's some books coming up the top. We can just imagine with me here. So as I talked about in the pilot when I introduced all of the Sims and the characters to you guys, Karina does have a boyfriend named Hunter, and she did in fact ask him to kind of run away with her last night. It's 7:30 in the morning right now, so she is supposed to have left for school, but she very quickly gave herself this makeover and snuck out of the house before her parents woke up instead. And she is supposed to be meeting Hunter here, but we will see if he actually shows up and decides to run away with us. Something tells me he probably won't, but we are going to go ahead and check in on that anyway. And I also mentioned in the last part, in the pilot, that I was going to change Karina's name, so that way when she ran away, it would be like she's getting a new identity, and she's got this new makeover, so she looks totally different, and she's really trying to hide from her parents and basically become this different person. So I have changed her name temporarily to Aspen Roth. So first name Aspen, last name Roth, and I don't know if I'm actually going to keep her name as this for the entirety of the challenge. Obviously, she probably won't be alive for the entirety of the challenge because it does turn into a legacy, but for the moment, this is the name that she has come up with on such short notice, and that is what she's calling herself if people ask. And she might change this once she becomes a young adult, or maybe if I can think of another one, if I can think of a better name, or if you guys can comment down below and leave me names, and I really like some of those instead. But for now, her name is Aspen. So that is what I'll be calling her from now on. I might accidentally call her Karina still, because that is her name that she grew up with. But for now, she is now Aspen, and she has this bright red hair and a very different style of outfit than what she is used to and what her parents are used to seeing her in. You know, she is kind of spoiled. She is a very rich sim. She's been wearing, you know, like these fancy sweaters and button-down shirts and designer jeans all her life. So this is definitely something that she is not used to wearing. Now, before we actually get into the gameplay with Aspen, we are going to go ahead and jump into the household with Hunter and just take a quick peek into his life and what's going on with him right now, because he is having a pretty difficult decision with whether or not he should run away with Aspen, or as he knows her, Karina. So this is where he lives with his mother. Is he already at school? No, he's at Pure Place. So we are going to we're going to go to him, even though he's not at home right now, and just take kind of a look into what he is thinking and what he decides to do in regards to Aspen. So here we are out with Hunter, and oddly enough, he's just kind of chilling out here. He's technically at her old house, but he's just kind of in the woods. He's supposed to be meeting up with her. He doesn't know exactly where, but he knows it's around here, and he is going to really just need to talk to her and to figure out what is going on. So what we're actually going to do, I know my mouse is being awful lately and not doing what I want to do, but we're going to go and we're going to visit Aspen, and we're just going to go by ourselves, and we are going to talk to her and just kind of tell her our decision and what is going on with us in our life. Right, so here we are, and I love how she's just randomly doing her homework because she's a genius, but she does not have to go to school, so we don't have to worry about that. But he is going to come over here and talk to her. Hopefully she doesn't try to go to school because it is kind of, you know, near that time, but I think if we talk to her, we can kind of get her to not. But we are just going to talk to her, and we're going to start up a little conversation. And obviously she's very happy right now because she thinks that we are indeed running away with her. But the reality of the situation is that Hunter is not going to be joining Aspen, and he is not going to be running away with her. And the reason for that is because Aspen lives alone with Giselle Muller, who is his mother. And despite no, don't go to school. Despite any like animosity or just general like not good feelings that he has towards his mother, because he is kind of a rebel and likes to do what he wants. Despite all of that, and how he really does love Aspen and really does want to run away with her, basically, he just feels too responsible for helping out his mother and taking care of her, and so he doesn't want to run away. And in order to kind of show that to Aspen, unfortunately, we are going to go ahead and maybe not actually break up with her. We're just going to tell her to go away, and it's going to get them a little bit of a minus relationship, and it's him basically just saying, you know, I'm not going away with you, and that's that. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch back into Aspen's life, and we're going to live the first day of her being out on her own. Right, so we are back with Aspen now, and she's very upset, obviously. You know, she does really love Hunter, and she does really want him to come with her. And she's mad that he's choosing his mother over her, and she's upset that he's not choosing her and running away with her. So she's just being mean to him a bit. It is in her nature. And can we actually just ask him to leave? He should be leaving to go to school, but if we just stop talking to him, yeah, he's good. He's saying goodbye because he is going to school. Now, to get our very first simoleon, we are going to sell our homework. So there we go. We have 1 simoleon. And we won't be doing our homework anymore because we will not be going to school. That is in the rules. We can actually, nope, stop your phone. That's also one of the rules. You cannot be on your phone. I wish we could just like turn it off, but yeah, that's basically it. And when we have class in 23 hours, for whatever reason, I guess she does not actually have school today, which is good because she won't be trying to go. But oh my goodness, you're going to be on your phone a lot. I can tell the kind of situation we're going to be having here. But she cannot be on her phone because it is possible that her parents can see when she uses her phone and where, and can track her because of it. So she will not be using her phone anymore, not even to travel. She will just have to walk. But to actually start off, we're just going to go around where we live and go around and harvest and collect some of the things that are around us. So we do have this lovely little beach area over here. Of course, it would be even more awesome if we could use this beach area because it has a bonfire, and that would certainly be something that she's going to need, but it is just too close to home that they might be able to see that. So she does want to stay over here in this more uninhabited area of the island and stay as far away from her parents as she can. And obviously, because she does live on an island, it's going to be hard for her to kind of get off the island. She's, you know, they don't really work that out in The Sims 4 because they just kind of disappear and go to different lots. But I'm going to have her stay on this island for at least the first part, because I don't think it's very realistic for her to be able to freely move around too much yet, since she literally has just run away. Even though she is very disagreeable with her father, I am sure her mother has sent people out looking for her. So it's not wise for her to be out and about too much today. So we are just kind of going to stay around here and harvest some things that are around here. And we don't actually have a fishing place down here, which kind of sucks because I was planning on using that for her food, but we can go ahead and dig up these collectibles. And if we are careful, since obviously her parents don't know that she's missing right now, actually, since she's supposed to be at school, maybe we can go down here and fish for a while and stock up on some fish to eat. And that way we don't have to worry about whether or not we have enough to eat. And the very first thing that I want to buy is not a tent, actually, because as sad as it is, she can just kind of get exhausted and sleep on the floor. The very first thing I want to go ahead and buy, which let me see how much it is I want to buy a fire pit. So the cheapest one is 450 simoleons, which seems like a lot, but don't worry, we'll get there pretty quickly. And the reason why I want to buy that is because once she has it and she has some fish, she can actually roast the fish on the fire and eat them and get a pretty good meal out of that. Now, for all these capsules, I'm not going to open them just because they are worth 70 simoleons by themselves, and usually when you open them, they're worth less because not all of the My Sims trophies that you find in there are worth something, so I'm just going to sell that for 70 simoleons, and I'm going to sell, actually, I'm going to keep the frog, so that way when we get more, we can breed them. I am going to sell this fossil, and let's go back home for a minute because I do want to plant these plants. That way we can make more money off of them and have more plants around, so we're getting from our garden as well as the plants that are all around here. So back over here where she does sort of live now, we're going to, let's see where the edge of our lot is. Like right here, I guess? Okay, so we're going to plant them right here. This is, what is this? A bluebell. So that's kind of unfortunate because I would like her to plant things she can eat, but she is going to plant those flowers. And then we'll do 2 strawberry plants and we will sell the rest. Nope, get off your phone and go plant those. But we will sell the rest of these. That way we can get that money. And we already have 227 simoleons. So we are already halfway to being able to afford that fireplace. And these are what her needs looks like now. What her needs look like. So she is getting a bit hungry. But I believe that she can kind of stick it out and wait until we go and fish for a bit. Now, her parents do work kind of late. They stay a little bit later at work than she would be at school. So it's not like they're going to find out the second that, you know, she doesn't come home from school at 3 p.m. that she's missing. They're obviously going to just think that she is mad and staying out and just kind of ignoring them and being rebellious. It's going to be a little bit of a while before they actually realize she's missing. So maybe we actually can go out today, but I want to focus first on being able to afford that fire pit. So I'm looking around right now for anything else. This is like the edge of our lot. That's why I put that there. But I'm looking around for anything else we can harvest. That's not ready to be harvested yet. There are some more collectibles over here. So we can go ahead and pick those up. And let's see. I think that might be it for around this area. So now we can kind of go a little bit more out. And there is a trash can right here, which is awesome. So we will have something to actually throw our trash in. It won't be just like piling up everywhere. I don't think we'll have any trash right now, but once she starts actually having things to throw away, we'll be able to throw them away right there, which is nice. But she is just picking up all of these capsules, digging up these fossils. I think this can be harvested. It can. Awesome. We also have a bush over here, so we can use this to fertilize. We can also nap in it, so she doesn't actually have to nap on the ground, which is pretty nice. And if we do reconcile with Hunter and he does come to visit us, we can also woohoo in that. So there is that. Now there's actually quite a bit around here, which is awesome. I don't want to get too close to our house, which is over here. We do have these line of trees right here to kind of keep us safe, but I am basically going to count that as the boundary of where not to go. We obviously don't want to go anywhere close to our real house, and even where we are now is kind of cutting it close a bit. But there are just so many collectibles around here. I think I said in my Get Together LP that I was kind of disappointed how when you live in the center of town, there's not many collectibles around, but it does make a lot of sense. You know, there's not going to be a lot of random plants or things on the ground when you live in the middle of a city, so there is that. Now, does anybody actually live here? I think someone does, so we shouldn't get too close to this house either because we don't want to be spotted. So I would like to come over here and get all of these collectibles, but I'm not going to. Wherever she goes to the last thing that I clicked on to dig up, that is the closest we are going to get. And then we are going to come down here and quickly go fishing because we do want to try and get some fish that we can eat. I think we might be able to afford the fireplace now, though. So we can sell the bluebells and these flowers. We can sell these 3 capsules. And there we go. We already have enough for the fireplace. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And then we can get those fish really quickly. We don't want to spend a lot of time down there, again, because it is so close to where our house is that we're trying to run away from. So no, we don't want a fireplace. We want a fire pit. So there we go. We can afford the nicer one, but they have the same level of fun and the same level of cooking skill, and this one is 25 simoleons more. So we're going to get this one, and we're going to kind of set it up here. And I like how it very much looks like she has just kind of put it together and made it herself rather than buying it. So it's very realistic. I do like that a lot. And let's see what else she is digging up. She's got some more fossils. I'm going to sell this map. I know we can use it to find slightly better things, but I'd rather just sell it now so I know exactly how much I'm going to get for it. And this is the last thing that we are digging up, and now we are going to head down to the shore and try our luck with fishing. And hopefully we can get a good enough fishing skill to where we can find fish more easily and find better fish that will fill our hunger up faster. I'm not actually sure if you can roast fish at this fireplace. I don't want to be using this fireplace at night anyway because it'll be very visible from our house, but I do want to test that out at some point to see if we can use that. Of course, we don't actually need it now that we have our own fireplace, but I'm going to kind of speed through here while she hopefully finds some fish. I think I'm going to sell these mushrooms because I don't think that they give us that much. Strawberries don't really either, but I'm going to keep the strawberries just in case we become a little bit desperate and we need something to eat and we can't find any fish, or like say we run out of fish and don't feel comfortable coming down here to get some. I do want something in our inventory that we can fill up on and just kind of get by, but she is getting hungry, so hopefully we can find a fish soon. Oh, get off your phone, girl. Looks like the fish in this area are too crafty, but we are going to keep trying. She is leveling up her skill while she's doing this, and that's the only place really that she feels comfortable fishing right now. She's already way too out in the open. She can no way go here because that's way too close to her house. And I like how you can literally see inside the house. It does not look like anyone is home at the moment because you can literally see through all the windows, but we do not want to risk it anyway. And I'm not really seeing any other fishing places. There are some down here, but again, you know, these are her neighbors. So they might alert our parents of seeing someone who looks sort of like us, although obviously we look so different. We just don't want to risk that. That's not what we would like to do. So let's speed through this a bit more. I really hope she can find some fish, but it does not look like it is going too well at all. I'm just gonna stay out here until 6 and then we're gonna go back home. And we might have to fill up on strawberries tonight. Which is kind of sad, but we are level 2 with fishing skill now, which is awesome. But unfortunately, it is 6 p.m. and she has not caught any fish at all. I'm going to have her stop and head back home. The fish in this area are just too skilled for her, so she does need to get her skill level up before she can actually go ahead and get some fish, which sucks. But I do believe we can actually roast the strawberries on our little fire pit. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can roast fruit. So let's go ahead and light the fire. Oh, she has to pee too, but let's focus on this first. So let's add a log so that the fire goes up a bit more. We'll add another one too. And then we can roast, we can pay to roast veggie dogs, hot dogs, or marshmallows. But I'm not sure I want to do that right now because it's kind of like she had to go and buy those ingredients. She doesn't have them with her. So instead, first she has to pee. So she's going to, where is that bush? Where's the bush? There it is. All right, so she's going to fertilize this bush so that her bladder need gets up. And then I'll have her eat some of the strawberries. They don't raise your your hunger up too much, which sucks. I like how you can literally see her squatting in there. But we are going to eat. We're going to eat a few of them so that our hunger goes up just a bit. So eat the strawberry. I'm not actually sure how long the bush like stinks like this when you have to pee, but we're probably going to be using it quite a bit. So yeah, she has this little moodlet now because she was eating a harvestable, but see, it doesn't really get her energy or her, why do I keep saying energy? Her hunger up too much. So we're just going to eat a couple more just to get her hunger back up in the green, which it should after this one. Yep, okay, so she's not obviously very satisfied, but, oh, and it, of course, went right back down to the yellow, but she's not in the red anymore, so that's good. Now, I doubt she wants to nap in that bush. Oh, we should not have left this fire going, but let's see, our plants are all taken care of. Let's go ahead and add a log to the fire, and then hang out, so that way she can get her fun up a bit. Obviously her fun is not very low, but that way we can just fill it up, and she's just kind of warming herself by the fire. It's getting dark now. It's almost 9 o'clock, so it's probably a little bit cold, and even though she is a runaway and her situation is not the best at the moment, she's feeling very happy that she's out on her own taking care of herself, and it is just the very first day, so we will get to see in the future what exactly is in store for the new Aspen. Even though, you know, she is in kind of an unfortunate situation. She has this beautiful view to look at all of the time, and she is out on her own, finally defying her parents. So I do want to thank you guys very much for watching this video and staying tuned with me. Do not forget to go ahead and give a like and subscribe if you enjoyed and you want to see more. And comment down below any other name suggestions you have for Aspen or anything you would like to see in this Let's Play. But I am going to end this part here. Thank you guys again, as always, and I will see you next time.